Keys.
Good job.
Ooh, I'm falling for those Alicia Keys.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah. 2 G's in the pod, baby. What it do?
What it do, baby?
It's your boy George. And my favorite co-host, well, my only co-host, so he has to be my favorite co-host.
Judge.
What it do, baby?
Yeah, yo, what do you know?
George, how you feeling, man?
Man, that's the best drop.
Isn't
That's
it?
the best. Ever since you added that, like, Iblaka at the back end right there.
I feel like you've been happier too ever since
Perfect.
that drop was
yeah,
added to our
that's making me
soundboard.
so happy, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm here for. I want to see
great.
smiles and unicorns, you know? No Porzingis, Tingus Pingus.
Speaking of unicorns, we have a guest here today, man.
So,
We have a guest of honor here today.
our very first... Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to admit something. I have technically had someone before. So, yeah, you guys can roast me all you want. But this is basically considered like a lost episode from the past. But right now, without a further ado...
so pause. That was the episode that George tried to replace me when I was
away
on vacation.
taking
He
mad
thought he
dumps
could
in Miami.
Find somebody to take my throne.
Yeah, exactly. So while George was gone, I tried to get some other, special guests, but those don't matter. Right now is the time that matters. Your time is up. Your time is now. Without further ado, our favorite listener, our most loyal listener.
The most loyal listener, for sure.
I don't want to call him Cousin Jimmy. That's your call. You call him. What do you call him? Jimmy. Cousin Jimmy, what it do, baby? Big round of applause for Cousin Jimmy. James, my cousin James.
Folks, thanks for having me. I'm going to start off by saying, George, I don't mind Jimmy. I know my cousin tried defending me on like at least 3 different episodes. I don't mind, only because there's precedent. I have a great uncle in Windsor who called me Jimmy for a very, very long time, and then subsequently, all the relatives are calling me Jimmy. So it's all good.
With that little Lebanese phlegm, Jimmy.
I know, Jimmy alone is like, it's a little unfamiliar, but like, no, it's all good. It's all gravy. Anyways, thanks for having me, guys. I'm a diehard listener. I've been listening since episode 1, and just like, yeah, and you guys, like, what I love about it, and I always tell my cousin, like, you guys, you develop a formula that's like really succinct. You bring in a lot of passion, flavor, and I really enjoy it. Like, there's never really a point where like I get bored. It's you keep it dynamic, and I love it.
You know what? This is the most compliments I've ever gotten in the span of like 1 minute in my life. Like, I've never gotten this many compliments. I really do appreciate the kind words. You know,
it's of course because you have me here with you, George.
Okay.
Any endeavor you try on your own, it fails. Okay.
No, it's the team.
I'm gonna actually throw a curveball at my cousin James because he's here. We're gonna start off real quick. A quick little music, little sample for the cousin James. Tell me if he remembers this.
Okay.
You know what? Now that George is here, this reminds me of Carleton University. This reminds me of all of this. This reminds me. I didn't go often. This reminds me of all of this. Like a Friday night. Like, they played this, and like I remember this track. They played every single time I would go. So yeah, it means something to me.
That's the only reason why I want to throw it up, because you brought this up to me like as if the song just came out that day, but it had been out for a while. Yes. I think it was 2-3 years later. James just discovered that Tupac died, I think.
By the way, man, I got to give a shout out to Ollie's. Definitely. Yeah. That's a great place for cheap eats. Great. And it's central. It's right in the middle of Carleton, man.
Damn, you guys really know. So you guys apparently know each other. Like, tell us about this.
George doesn't know me. I know George.
Oh shit!
I used to work before when I was younger. I worked at the McCodrum Library. I was
best library on earth.
On Earth.
Give it up, man. Even beats all the libraries at U of T, hands down.
Yeah. And so this guy, he doesn't know me, but I mean, I see this guy walk in every day with like a group of guys, like all laughing, like the most popular guy in the whole goddamn library. And like by far, like I just couldn't believe it. Like he held an entourage with him every single damn time. And so like when you were telling me about him, I'm like, yeah, this is the guy. And like, oh, and now I'm like kind of related to him now. This is like genius.
Yes, I love it.
Fun guy.
Honestly, it's all for sadness, bro. It was all to balance out the sadness and the pending doom of exams. You just have to laugh, even if you're
George
faking
was the Robin Williams of that library, I think, man.
Oh no, better than that.
No, better than that, because he's still here. Thank the Lord, George is here. But it's a metaphor.
May he stay.
Of course, yeah, may he stay. But it's a
that.
metaphor for saying that, George was trying to mask all the sadness by making people laugh and making people smile, because at the end of the day,
I'm a fun guy.
you know. So shout out to George for making an appearance in James's life.
And honestly, I gotta pause the pod right now and say that I feel like every time I stare at Jimmy, I know him, and then I look just across, and then I look just across. He's George with hair, man. No. George with
hair.
George with a full head of hair, like real hair, not this.
So you thought
this,
I got some LeBron
back-talking
James
cut.
turkey implants?
Oh, bro, at most
hate
you
on
have
the
3 to
salt.
5 years tops,
Don't-
bro. Bro, you have 35, then you're done. You gotta come on home after
Do you
that.
want me to get in on you right now?
Do it. Do it.
Guys,
Bro, look at this thick lushness right
I
here.
want every... George is really trying to have a roast session with me. He's got them loaded up right now as we speak. But George, we look at your old photos versus your new photos.
Yes, sir.
There's definitely been some LeBron James movement going on.
No,
up there.
I promise. I'll show you some pictures. You're like, man, has it moved forward a little bit? Trust me, man. There were some cuts that the damn barber did, man. Every time you go to a Lebanese barber, that's what happens to you. He cuts back your line, and you're like, man, this is a terrible lineup. What you just did right here. Don't worry, man. I got the fades going. It's all good.
So, do we want to get into that right now?
Yes.
To our boy Eliash?
Yes, I want to hear the Mech story from Jimmy.
You know what? Let it come from the horse's mouth itself, because I've told the story, but no one says it better than the man himself. So
You know what though? Like when you guys were talking about it in that episode, Georgia gave me some insight. I'm starting to think it was research for his role. I'm starting to think it was, because like, I mean, I worked at Max, just like, whatever. I was helping people with clothes, whatever. Like, nothing too fancy. And this guy comes in, the happiest guy on earth, second to you. So, he comes in, so like beaming, and he comes to me. He's like, "Bro, look at this shirt. Do you have this shirt in green?" And I'm like, what is this guy? Like, oh my, I'm like, thank God this guy came to me, because this is like, I'm gonna pummel this story for years. So like, I go to the back, there's one shirt left. I give it to him, and like, it's like, man, you're my friend. He like puts his arm around me, he's so happy. Like, and then he was really,
Hey, man, I love you, man.
he's so, he's so happy. It was like, this guy was so happy. Anyway, so like, and I'm like, is there anything else you want? And he's like, man, I don't need anything else. This is all I need, bro. I want to go over this whole city. Like, this is here, right here. Thank you. And then he's like, Habibi, I love you. I'm like, okay, thank you. And he proceeds to go to the cash, and he's like, buddy. And he's like yelling at me for like, I'm already like helping someone else at that point. And he's like, buddy, thank you. And like, he's yelling, so like, and it's so unnecessary. No one needs to, it's such an unnecessary interaction. He's yelling, and like everybody in the store is looking at him. Buddy, thanks. And he walks out. Like, anyways.
Okay, so Jimmy, I'll tell you something right now. Yeah. This guy was working you. He was homeworking you. I'm telling you.
Oh, for sure.
He was definitely doing that. He had to do his best to try to see if the accent was accurate. And you really, if you're going to be making like episodes online for the masses to watch, you really have to test pilot your shit. And he definitely did that. And that's why in the actual clip of Becoming Leb, he's like, honestly, man, I got this is from Mex and this is from Club Monaco, okay?
Probably went to Club Monaco already.
I'm telling you, man, that's all you need, okay? So go in there and go change. Wait, you gotta kiss the flag before you go anywhere, man. Like this.
George, you sure you weren't like an executive producer or a writer for this?
Shout out to Abbas Alabaza, bro. Shout out to Abbas. Greatest impression of life. So dead on accurate that some guys from St. Pat's tried to jump all of us at Hillcrest, and they were going on a hunt for a bass. They said, I need to find this guy because he's trying to make fun of us with this video. Because he said, hey man, I'm from St. Pat's, you know, I've been going there for 45 years. It was all shot up.
So okay, so I have a question. Okay, so does this guy actually talk like that?
So no, he doesn't talk like that at all. Really? He's a very intelligible. He is an intellectual guy for sure. He has a good job. He is extremely well spoken. One of the most just positive and charismatic guys. Definitely the most popular guy in our whole high school.
I have no doubt.
And definitely a guy who actually hates all things like that about our people. And he tries to make so much fun of it so that he gets rid of it. So that is essentially what he's doing.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because it was so disingenuous. The whole bit, no one is that happy. No one is that happy to get a dress shirt. Like, honestly, maybe we have some cousins who may have disagreed, but but I don't know about that. But
yeah, but that's the whole point, right? See, the whole point is, and for all of y'all that work in sales, if you've ever tried to sell anything to like a Lebanese person, or if they have tried to sell anything to you, they come across as your best friend, right? That is a part of their gig, right? It's a part of their stuff that they're trying to pull off with you. So you essentially have to try to do your best to cut through all that. And us as fellow Lebs can see that, and we see through the bullshit. But other people, like white guys, and just like the guy in the video, right? Like a Jamie McAllister, also from Hillcrest. The character he's playing,
shout out Hillcrest.
He buys in fully, right? Because this is why, like, those kind of dudes, their main jobs are either as a car salesman or as a cell phone salesman, right? These are the kind of gigs that you have to catch gullible people in.
Because their dads own Telus.
Honestly, man, my dad owns Telus. I get you the best deal, okay? Don't worry, man.
Listen, Jane, I think you got someone. Yo, he's got like your run for your money, man. This guy's accents are too spot on. Because James is very particular with who he impersonates. It's usually our family members, uncles who laugh like pigeons or pelicans. Or I can't even do it right now. It's really cringy right now if I do it. But if James does it, but I think he might be a little rusty because he hasn't done it in a while. But he knows who I'm talking about. I don't even need to address it. You know what I mean? Because Lebanese people are just so easy to make fun of, man.
The easiest.
Like I used to get offended after 9/11. Like all these motherfuckers used to come after me and cuss me out and call me a Taliban this, Taliban that. I don't know if you guys ever went through it. George, I don't think you were at your beard level yet at that point, so you're fine.
I promise you, if I did have my beard, I would have gotten the worst of it for sure. Oh. And it's still happening now, man, because that's with Canada. Everyone loves to say that Canada is not a racist country. It is just as racist as the States, but secretly racist. They do a good job of hiding it, better than most places, for sure.
That's how I feel about people who say they're not racist.
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of that, actually, did you guys hear about what happened in Toronto on Monday with that girl holding the "Vote Andrew Scheer" sign?
By the way, don't confuse. Like, it's. You know what? Never mind. Because I didn't want to use the word. Because Andrew. Every time I think of Andrew, I think of your beloved brother. But this Andrew is absolute horrible trash. Maybe James can elaborate a little bit more on that.
Yes, sir. Explain it from the top.
Okay, I'll explain it from... Okay, so in Toronto on Monday, there was a woman holding a sign, vote Andrew Scheer. So Andrew Scheer is the leader of of Canada's Conservative Federal Party. Mm-hmm. And so she's holding this sign, trying to get people to vote. But at the same time, like verbally attacking like visible minorities, like she's wilding out. There's one instance where there was she approached one guy, like accosted one guy, and he posted something. And he posted the video on Instagram. So she started turned the video on, and then she's like, "Oh, get out of my country. We need a country of men." And she actually spit on him. And
I saw that.
You saw that, right?
Jesus.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I know this girl.
What?
Oh, wow.
I know her.
What?
Yeah, I know her. I recognized her. So, George, you may know. So you spent a lot of. I know you went to school in Toronto, so you spent some time there.
Yeah.
I went to. I love Toronto, and I go to my favorite place is Kensington Market.
Okay. Yeah.
My favorite place. It's a very eclectic neighborhood. Amazing.
Very
food.
busy place for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Hella busy.
Oh, always.
Man. Kensington Market. No, man. Kmart.
Yeah,
Shout out to Kmart.
So that's when you know that's when you know someone lived in Toronto. Exactly. Yeah. So there's a place. This is a Venezuelan spot. It's called Arepazo.
Okay.
Yeah. So they
Ate it what?
Arepazo. So okay, it's called the food is it's called.
I heard ate it, and I'm like,
Should we go into the context of what you just said? Or?
no, we're good. Just continue with Arepazo, man.
Okay. So
Honestly, I think George talks enough about dicks, so it's okay. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep going. We keep it rolling. So, an arepa is it's a Venezuelan food. It's like a sandwich. It's they put like a lot of like corned beef, pulled pork. Okay. They put like what's it called? Plantains, avocado. It's delicious food. Anyways, so there was a small joint beside this like army surplus place in Kensington Market. And then they expanded it really well. And I went to the place that when it was expanded, it became its own restaurant in Kensington Market. And this girl served us. Turns out she's a co-owner, along with her Venezuelan boyfriend, this guy Luis Vega. And I follow him on Instagram too. He posts a lot of cool stuff. It's her. It's the co-owner. It's the co-owner of the restaurant. And she was so nice to us. Like I went with Katerina. And we just we had a great meal. We loved it. She was super nice to us. She served us. Very friendly. It's her. And it turns out...
Crazy.
Yeah. And I guess, yesterday, I think it was CTV or City TV.
CBC probably, or whatever, one of those big outlets.
Yeah. So they reached out to the boyfriend. And it was like, look, we haven't spoken over a year. We're no longer doing business together.
Okay, so they've split. They don't even work business wise, relationship wise, everything.
Because that's what people they identified her. They're like, yeah, this is a girl who is at Arepazo.
And when you went, she served, or you saw her, you spoke to her, and she greeted you all nice and well.
She was greeting us. She was perfectly kind, really kind person.
So it makes you think, makes me wonder now, is does she either she has a split personality, or she it's an act, it's a gimmick, or
and I don't know if you know. So apparently, again, she's with a Venezuelan boyfriend,
and she's Venezuelan too.
I'm not sure what her,
but he is okay. Yeah,
he is, and apparently, she was all about left wing causes.
Yeah,
and so all of us, and for her to do this, it's insane, total opposite. It's I just blown away, and it's so surreal because I actually I've had a conversation with her. So to find out she did this, it's kind of turns my stomach.
Well, I'm just a little concerned now because she's out here supporting a guy who has his beliefs very conservative, right? Andrew Scheer.
Well, he's a conservative leader, yeah.
But even him, just as a person, I'm pretty sure he has Trump-like.
Well, I mean, he right away he actually went on Twitter and was like, "Look, I don't know who this lady is. She doesn't represent our values. Look, it's just so this is
a real Canadian answer is what you're telling me.
Yeah, it was
really Canadian.
It was a very Canadian answer, but he got on top of it right away, and and a lot of people also in the party they they can't do it. This shtick doesn't work in Canada. It's not in the United States. It doesn't work.
Honestly, politics brings out the real evil in some people, man. It brings out the real evil in some people. That's why the closer you are to politics, the more I find a person can tend to get sucked in by these ideologies. A lot of these people who are heavy Trump supporters, they probably didn't care for him at all or care for anything he was saying, but because he presented it in a nice, fun, easy to understand way for all these low IQ Americans, it sucked a lot of them in like a vacuum, Man, it sucked in a lot of these dudes, and now they go by everything he says. So everything that they believe is not even what they believe. It's what he says, and they make themselves believe it, right? So, crazy.
Well, I don't know. We've talked off air about how, you're probably more inclined with politics. I know I'm not. But if this is a sign of things to come and this guy gets Trudeau out of here, is our country in trouble, you think? Do you think we're going to go down a shitter like USA?
I don't think so. It's something there's no, obviously, like George said, there are people, you can't deny it. There are people who think like that in Canada. We can't say Canada, no one's racist. No, come on.
Yeah.
That's
I see them every day.
Yeah. We see
a perfect example is the old man at Billings Bridge, at the Walmart, man. Did you watch the video on 6
Oh
Buzz?
yeah. I seen
Billings
that clip.
Bridge, right in our neighborhood.
I didn't know.
Okay, so James, let's give you right now. Let's hit him with the breaking news.
Oh, for sure, we're gonna hit him.
So shout out to 6 Buzz once again. I don't know when y'all gonna put us on. God damn it, you're out here always putting these chrome ass bitches showing their legs and showing their ass and titties and everything, but you can't show love to the progressive, to the amazing, fucking illustrious podcasters. 2 G's in a pod.
Apologies to all the ladies out there. That's George's straight misogyny. Every episode has to come out a little bit.
Nah, man, these bitches gonna get this right now, man. I don't give a single fuck. You can't be promoting these thoughts. We call them thoughts. You can't promote these shramit, man. You can't. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and throw another Arabic word at them. And if you want to know what this shit means, you can just Google translate that or Urban Dictionary, and I'm pretty sure Urban Dictionary has it. Anyways, let's go back before we go too left. So the video, if George is looking for it right now, is a clip of a guy, and usually you would expect this behavior in America, right? You always see Walmart clips in America with violence or racism. So the guy was getting mad, and he was cursing out a woman who walked into Walmart with her hijab on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was just cursing her out and telling her, like, get the hell out of here, go back to your country. And this was here in our own fucking city, in Billingsbridge, Walmart.
I'm not surprised. I'm not like it. You're always gonna get people who do these things. It's not just this is not a Canadian value. No, that's not true.
Okay, so the man himself yelled
Run it.
that at the checkout, every time he goes to check out his products, he is always actually like. He's actually approached by an egghead. He calls them eggheads.
Yeah, that's it. He called them an egg.
He said every time I come in here, there are always people like her. Points to a staff member and says eggheads, 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 eggheads. And then he is questioning the Walmart supervisor as to why they are actually hiring these eggheads, and that in Canada they should not be hiring eggheads, and these eggheads should go back to their country. This was,
So basically, she works at Walmart, and you know I've seen them myself, and they do better jobs than us. So who are you?
And is not causing him
anything?
any issues. Is not trying to tell him he needs to pay for something.
No, she told him casually, like, get out. Like,
no, the supervisor had to come and tell him. But this employee was not even around him. He just pointed at her and he started to yell, and then the supervisor came, and that's when he went on his rant. Honestly, this guy gets like donkey of the day, waste man of the week.
Nah, man, he along with the chrome ass hose, he gets that right there. And in fact, if he wants to go even further, you know what I mean?
Of course, George has taken it too far.
I know. Listen. These gun sound effects are nowhere near reality. There's no way. And I don't have I've never held a gun in my life. The only gun I've ever held was in Call of Duty Black Ops. I've never ever touched an actual gun in my life.
Or a Nerf gun when you were 5 years old.
Yeah, or like those plastic shotties that we had with the orange tip, you know?
Oh,
like, I'm pretty sure you had that back in Cernia, you know?
No,
what
we
it
didn't,
do?
actually.
The orange tip shotties.
Right. No, I do. Yeah. They have like the flat ends. Yeah. And they stick. Yeah. No, right. No, I did have. We played with that for sure.
George, I don't know if you said it already offline. You said you had a story about the Serbs.
Yes, welcome to Serbs.
Tell us about your Serbs, man. Because,
Okay.
And by the way, this is not us discriminating them. No, this is a total opposite.
No, this
We
is
have
the
much love
opposite,
for them.
man. This is me feeling super intimidated, and I will never fuck with a Serb in my whole life, straight up.
Yeah, and in fairness, if he were, I wouldn't endorse it anyway. Hi, Katerina.
Yeah. Okay, so I went into a club in Toronto called Sea Lounge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I already know where
It's
this
a
is
great,
going.
beautiful place. Let's get ready to rumble. No. It's actually a peaceful place, man. I'm telling you.
Got you.
So I went in with all my boys in pharmacy, and all of us are short as shit. We range like 5'5", me up to 5'10", maximum. And then we have one dude, Parham, who's like above 6. Yeah. The only actually tall guy that was in our like assortment of dudes is my homeboy Eli from like back in the days, who happens to be like 6'3", big time sixer. So we go into this club because this is a club that we've been to before, and we had great success. So, we roll up. Okay. We roll up there, and man, we look at the sign, and it says Serbian night. And we're like,
shit.
What the fuck just happened?
Oh!
Serbian night. And then we're like, fuck. And this place is not on King and Queen, and like it's not where all of the craziness happens, like Peter Street, where like if you want to have a good club night, you go. No, this is like down. It's in a nicer part of downtown. So if you go to Sea Lounge, bro, your night starts at Sea Lounge and it ends in Sea Lounge. Because by the time you get home, you get back to where it's all popping. It's like an hour walk. You're dead tired. You're going home right after. So we walk in, and all I see is a forest, man. I never seen this in my whole life. Nobody is under 6'5". Nobody, man or female. Nobody, because all the females are in their high heels. And I'm staring at the floor, and I'm like, man, why are you wearing 6-inch pumps when you're already 6 feet tall? There were these women that were dwarfing the homie Eli, who's 6'4". And I swear to God, I never had my manlyhood in such a questionable state
in jeopardy
at that point in time. I said, man, I can't even see in front of me. This is trees. And then I turned to the shortest guy, who happened to be like 5'11". I'm like, yo, you short motherfucker, come over here. He's like, hey, man, what's going on? I'm like, man, I'm not Serb. He goes, yeah, I could tell you're not Serb. I'm like, yeah, I don't have blue eyes, and I'm the size of a hobbit, so I'm short as fuck. I'm like, man, tell me what's going on here. He's like, it's a Serbian party. We're doing a celebration for like the New Year or some shit like that. And I said, man, guys, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Then we went to the bar, and they had these gigantic chairs. I jumped on the chair, and I sat on the chair, and I was still not even
at that level,
at the chest level of any of these motherfuckers. Okay. So I'm like, man, guys, we gotta get the fuck out of here. We're like, no, come on, man. We just paid entrance. It's a nice spot. I'm like, okay, all y'all do your fucking thing. I'm sitting here at the bar right now. So I proceeded to sit my ass at the bar for 3 hours, laughing at my friends, getting full-on rejected by every tall girl who happened to be 6 foot and up, and just utter domination. We got out of there with our heads down. We said, man, we're never going to go back to a Serbian party again. Ridiculous. A forest trees, man. Forest of trees, damn it.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna marry me a Serbian girl, man, just so that like the kid balances out. I don't want no hobbit ass boy. I don't want a hobbit girl.
You're not that short yourself, so I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Look at that, another compliment, man. Yo, are you saying this because George is here? I don't know. You've been all, you know what?
Since when am I not nice to you?
You're always nice to me.
Since when am I actually like antagonistic to you?
Oh, wow, we're using big. Oh my God!
I use a 4-syllable.
Yo, cousin Andrew, can you verify this word for me, please? Because we've always talked about how he's a human dictionary over here. Man.
No, come on. I mean,
it's 5 syllables, isn't it?
There you go. See, I'm not that smart. There you go.
Well, no, it's just all that to say. No, you're right. You don't usually. You're a very nice, very swell guy. We already know this.
When do I ever chop you? No, never.
This is your moment right here, man.
And I could do it now. This is the moment to do it.
This is your moment to shine, man.
And yet, yeah.
See, George already chopped himself as he's doing right now.
George is giving the visible chop
by girls that are twice the size. No. And in fact, I saw them myself too. Look at that friggin' Shaquille O'Neal in the women's version. That is crazy. But because we actually saw our own edition of Serbians this past weekend. Shout out to our cousin Rachel, our actual first cousin Rachel.
Congratulations to the show.
Big congratulations on getting married and also celebrating her birthday. She's finally reached the big trio.
That's
you know what I mean? Yeah, so we went over to her house. Huge house, by the way. A beautiful basement. I've never been to that basement until that night. Yo, lovely, man. It was wonderful.
You know what, man? I was...
probably because of the party vibe, too, maybe. I don't know.
I gotta say, like, we don't get together as often as we should.
We don't.
But it was a fun party.
Listen.
Overall, very fun party.
No controversial, no, none of this. But the fact that I saw some of our cousins, along with other cousins that were there, I did not see that coming at all.
It was nice. It was nice to, and plus,
Seeing everyone, because George, you know this. Not everybody gets along. Not all of
you
cousins
understand.
get along. Like look at Will Smith and his dad. They never got along. Lou.
Man, I actually like not getting along. It's more fun that way, man.
So the only time you
And
get
by the
along
way,
is when you
George,
drink?
and also George, I gotta stop you because you fucked up the drop right there. That would have been time to drop. Pop the trunk.
There we go. Exactly.
Pop the trunk. There's no drama, no popping of the trunk.
That's right.
No, this was only supposed to be used for that racist girl in Toronto.
Stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
She decided to act stupid and spit on a man and then pop the Trump too, because we want to pop Trump.
Pop the trunk too.
Yeah, dead ass. So, anyways, before we keep backtracking, we saw our fair share of Serbians. I thought it was only going to be Goran, who's 6'6". He was literally 6'6". Like he was.
Okay, so this guy
6'6".
Goran is who? He's
Rachel's
like,
husband.
Ah, cool.
So you
I
know
got you.
there's gonna be a huge ass baby that's gonna either it's gonna be a fat baby or a tall baby or a fat and tall baby when that time comes.
Bro,
man.
I'd be careful because I think this dude who is ginormous as now, he's gonna smush you if you listen to
Yo.
the podcast.
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
Pop the trunk. All right.
no.
When you pop the trunk, there's no being.
I love Goran. I love this guy. First of all, you, me, and him, all four of us, in fact, we can have discussions on basketball all day if you want. By the way, huge Raptors fan. Huge.
By the way, we got some NBA talk.
Oh, shit.
Did you hear what happened today?
Don't get
But hold up,
But
hold up. Before this, I gotta ask you a few questions about the party itself, man.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Because the funnest time in my life, whenever I have, is when I can sit at a party and just observe motherfuckers and observe trends and observe things.
Specifically family, or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter. Any party I go to, I just like to sit in the corner somewhere and laugh because I see so many hilarious things. Okay, so the first thing that I laugh at when I see a party,
I don't fuck with people like you, man.
is the awkward conversation. Oh, trust me, man, I'm one of those creepy motherfuckers. I'm sitting like that,
Doing the rock eyebrows and shit. God damn. Oh, we got to talk about that, by the way, Hobbs, real soon.
Fuck Hobbs and Shaw, sick movie, legit. We saw it last night.
Yeah, we
Sick.
watched it. We
Oh,
watched
nice,
it.
nice.
On Tuesday.
we hear about it.
So yeah,
we'll tell you.
okay. I want to know over or under 5 conversations all of you guys observed. People talking to other people that they did not want to talk about, and it was a one-on-one
Or
conversation.
they didn't want to talk to you, mean?
No, it's a one-on-one, bro. They got stuck. They picked up a cup and they looked at like, fuck, there's this motherfucker. I got to stop and talk to him because I can't just like walk by.
I wasn't thinking
Over
about
under
that
5
shit.
of those.
You see, I'm not creepy like you, George. I'm not out here thinking about these things. I literally wanted... I came strictly for the food.
Bro, that's why they call
Okay,
me
that sounded
Costanza.
really rough. That sounded really
Bro,
rough.
that's
My
why they
bad.
call
That
me
was harsh.
Costanza, because I observe this kind of shit. Every party, man, at the next party that you're at, I want you to look for this for 2 people who don't want to talk to each other. It's fucking hilarious.
Listen, Art Vandelay, get your ass out of here, bro. You need to fucking Dipset, bro. Otherwise, you will get the... George, I had no time to observe nobody except my food and my drinks. That's all. Like,
Okay.
straight up.
I mean, okay.
Maybe James can attest to this thing that you're talking about.
Look, when it comes,
Because James seems like he is kind of a neurotic guy like me, so I want to ask him, because I know he observed something at this party. you don't have to drop no names. You don't have to drop no names.
Man, tell him.
no, I don't want. I don't want. I don't want to get.
No,
into
there's
that.
no family-related
No,
bullshit going
No, I
down.
don't want to get into
Fucking
that.
George trying to start that drama, man. He's trying to pop the trunk here.
No.
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
That's a good comment.
No. Because like actually, it's not even about a family member. That's the thing. Like it's not. It's all good.
We're Gucci. It's okay.
No, it's all good.
We're all
But-
gonna see each other at the wedding
But
anyway.
not that guy. But anyways, about neurosis, yeah, I'm totally.
Definitely, bro.
And it's something I actually discovered recently. I didn't. Even,
word?
I never really called myself a neurotic person, but I've discovered this over like the last couple of years. Yeah, I'm pretty neurotic. So and I feel
Trust
you,
me,
though.
you notice this kind of shit, man.
Yeah.
You notice this kind of shit. And the other, man, at all kind of parties that I go to, I always try to look at my watch and say, somebody's gonna be drunk in here by 10 o'clock. And I always try to pick and choose who. And it's always the person that like comes to the party alone, because either they just got dumped or they just got into a fight with their girl or guy because they wanted to go to the party and the other one did not want to go to the party.
It's like underlying drama. Yeah.
There's always something going on, so I'm always looking passively. So, okay, this motherfucker right here is gonna get drunk by 10 o'clock.
By 10:05. What
the fuck is that?
Dead.
Oh, what the
Motherfucker,
fuck?
Mario is dead.
Most definitely.
No, George, man. I had a good time because, of course, alcohol was there, food was there. The food was blessed because I was starving prior to getting there, so I couldn't wait. I was anticipating the hors d'oeuvres, the appetizers, all that. By the way, this is the idiot side of me. I can't believe I'm about to expose myself. I thought the whole time you guys were saying erotic. What the fuck? Erotic? Why are you trying to bring some X-rated content over here, man? I'm like
Neurotic.
I don't care. I was just like,
What?
like the. But then when you said neurotic, I was
Okay, so James also probably has observed this in every episode, and I want to pass the mic to him after I say this because I want to get his favorite example. But George, every episode he drops the ball on some word which is catastrophic. I'm sure you notice it sometimes.
So James, this is your moment to shine, to really to really shun me, if you may. Because you said, when have I ever said anything about it? It's not even bad. This is just you roasting me as,
I'm not
out of love, man.
Okay, so like, look, I'm gonna say this as a fellow podcaster. Two amigos, shout out Juan Torres.
Oh!
I had to do a little plug. I gotta do a little plug.
Act
Like-
stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
Like, look, everybody has a faux pas. Okay, especially you're doing this live, right? So it's good. It's natural. Like, I get it. Like, look, I screwed up too. I said I assumed antagonistic was 4 syllables, and I was dead wrong. And so, like,
Oh man.
yeah. But I mean, just every episode.
That
where-
is worse than anything I've ever done, James. Come
Oh
on,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
No,
Don't
but
worry,
like
man.
you know, there's every episode, there's definitely a Georgism for sure. No, but that's the hilarious part about the podcast because like you guys like it's all raw. It's all
practice.
Yeah, it's like
Practice.
practice.
I gotta keep adding to this damn soundboard, man.
No, but that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like it's all it's all off the cuff. You guys just you put it all out there. You know,
Right off the hip,
you know,
man. We
say-
shoot the
say-
shit.
Like you guys say it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
We
That's
do.
why. Yeah,
We have so much to get off our chest. In fact, I want to get more shit off our chest that I actually want to bounce it off to you guys. We got off the Serbian talk. We got off the party talk. I know we didn't dive too much deep into that because overall it was a good experience. I wasn't
There you
creeping
go.
like you. I didn't raise no eyebrows. The only time I observed anyone was when I saw a very good-looking woman who, thank the Lord, wasn't part of my family. Because I'm not checking. Okay, that sounded really weird.
it could have got weird.
No. So,
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that concludes our show for the week.
Yeah. Just that's it right there, man. 2 G's in the pod.
George needs some fucking therapy.
Are we episode 30, 31? Where we at, man?
I think we're 30,
James,
bro.
can you tell us? Can you fact check that?
30, man.
No way. There's no way. So
George, last week we said it would be sick if Jimmy comes on for the 30th.
yeah. So Milestone Jimmy. Shout out
Jimmy.
We got our cousin turning 30. We're the Dirty 30 Club over here, and we're episode 30. So yo, that's what it is. But George and James. George first because he's already got married. James is up next.
Yeah.
Big congrats to you in advance,
congrats,
cuz
brother.
I'm really happy for you, man. But we gotta talk, man. We gotta get this off our chest, bro. The whole wedding planning and invitations and the things that you didn't want to see. I know. Oh yeah. Give that one, man. Yeah. Let that one out, George. Tell us, man. Just tell us. I don't even need to ask you. Tell us all the beef that you had to deal with,
George, bro, you
in
gotta
your
line
time.
up the Hadoukens right now, okay?
Hadouken!
Bro, it's gonna be one of those. Okay, so this.
on the trigger.
Yeah, so every episode now, from the time that George added this onto our soundboard, there is an episode where it started going off.
The Hadouken.
It's called the Hadouken time, man. It's called the Hadouken time. What are we
Hadouken
gonna call it? What are we
home,
gonna call it?
yeah.
It's a fucking Hadouken corner.
Hadouken hour.
There you go.
Keep the H's.
Hadouken. There you go. There you
Hadouken
go.
hour. Let's get
Okay,
it.
so this is my Hadouken
Thank you,
hour
James.
slash corner slash I don't know what the fuck, but this is what is going
Kill
on.
him. Or
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
First things first. Don't say I'm the realist, George.
Hadouken!
Yeah. Okay. The first Hadouken, and it goes to all the people I didn't know that I was forced to invite that left as soon as dinner finished and didn't bother staying for any of the dances or any of the anything.
Hadouken!
The next Hadouken I'm going to reserve for people telling me that my ceremony at the church sounded like a funeral.
Hadouken!
The fuck?
Because even though they're Orthodox as well, they were expecting like dancing in the church and dun dun da da dun dun da da. Anyone that has been to an Orthodox wedding, especially if you are Orthodox, that's not what we do, man. We do hymns. We don't do that. So that's a big Hadouken for that person right there.
Hadouken!
The next Hadouken I'm gonna give
Oh, shit.
is bro, I got a bag of like Hadouks right here beside me, man. I'm gonna just fucking Hadouken them over there. Then the next Hadouken is people complaining we didn't have enough food when I spent an extra 10 G's to have a 5-course instead of a 3-course, plus a midnight pizza, plus I spent 2 racks, 2 G's on a dessert table.
So 10 G's and 2 G's, goddamn.
10 plus 2, and check it, I didn't even eat one of the desserts on that table because I was busy the whole fucking day.
10
Hadouken!
G's in the pod, baby.
Then I'm gonna give an extra special Hadouken because the whole incentive I got from certain extended family members for inviting these random people I never met before that are part of their family was, oh, don't worry, George, they're very generous. They're gonna give you a good gift.
Hadouken!
I'll give them the extra special Hadouken, the red Hadouken, the one from Akuma. Okay, this is the devil Hadouken I'm gonna give.
Let's get it.
Because even factoring in all of these people, I didn't even get 25% back for the amount of racks I spent on that wedding.
Damn.
Hadouken!
That's a big
Oh,
Hadouken.
that's a super Hadouken.
Bro, I still got more balls left. Hold up. Hold up, I got more balls left. Okay? Extra special Hadouken for being forced to do the wedding in Ottawa when we had dreams of doing it at the Fountain Blue in Miami, the way that I wanted to do it.
My bad.
And even though we still were forced to do it for just the fact of it being a burden for people to actually travel, there were still a lot of people that flaked on our wedding that I happened to pay for.
Hadouken!
So if that was going to be the case, I would have said, fuck everybody. I'm doing it at the Fountain Blue in Miami, the way that I want to do it, on a nice beach resort, and everyone can have a hell of a time. But because of that, I ended up spending more money to do it here in Ottawa, inviting motherfuckers that I didn't know that bounced right after dinner. It didn't stay for the father-daughter dance. It didn't stay for the speeches. It didn't stay for any of that shit. So for all of y'all, I give you an extra special Hadouken, the fucking reddest one, like I can.
Hadouken!
You know what I feel like playing, bro?
Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody.
Fuck everybody.
Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody.
So I'm telling all y'all right now, the 10 year when God willing all the kids are born, we are planning to do like a renewal of our vows. We're gonna do it our way. Straight up. And we're gonna tell all these motherfuckers, I don't even know their names, half of them, man, that showed up. Motherfucker, I got one more Hadouken left.
Oh shit, let's get it.
I gotta give a Hadouken. This is the final Hadouken.
Let me cock this up. Hold on, man. Go ahead.
To all the motherfuckers that said, who is Rochelle Ibrahim doing with this little man?
Hadouken!
Straight family members I didn't even know about. Straight the fuck up.
Come on, like the actual wedding.
Word at the ceremony, talking to aunts and uncles, and me finding out the day at the reception, man.
Wow,
That's called Lebanese drama for your mama.
At this point, I would rather have Elias show up to your wedding because
Elias would have fucked everybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, one phone call, your whole life is over.
Wow. No,
Yes.
that is. I don't even know what to say. Like honestly, like it's supposed to be. It's theoretically your special day, and yet it's all about everyone else's opinion. That's the Hadouken of Hadoukens.
Yeah. No matter how hard, Jimmy, I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
I'm telling you, James, being a month out, no matter how hard you try, my advice for all of y'all that are planning a wedding, plan the wedding the way that you want to do it. Doesn't matter who's paying for it. Me, I was paying for it fully out of my pocket and I still had zero clout. Plan it your own way because people are still going to complain even if you do it their way.
It's it's tough. It's one thing that like my fiance and I have discovered throughout this process. It's and a lot of it is. I mean, I take a lot of blame on this too. This is like confession hour, I guess. So I feel.
Hey man, say it with your chest.
No, like I take a lot of blame on this. I mean, I know like a lot of family have certain expectations, and I understand that. It's been very challenging. I have to say to like balance what my fiance and I want and what everyone else wants.
Yep.
It's been very tough, and I made some mistakes too, for sure.
And it even comes down to seating too. I had people complaining about seating because we put a lot of the close family on one like large table, and the day of the ceremony, our planner and the venue actually moved that table all the way to the back. So they took it as a slight on purpose from us that we put certain older like family members in the back. They thought that we were doing that completely out of slight, and even though we tried to tell them the day of the wedding that that's not correct, of course people are going to believe whatever the hell they want to believe.
Of course.
You can never please everybody, cuz. I'll tell you that, man. Not everyone will ever be pleased. You please the one person, the next person will feel super offended or whatever. And that's just how life goes, you know? Like, there's so many expressions and sayings when it comes to that, but you'll never, ever please and impress everybody. There's always going to be that one person who's going to hate more than me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Actually, here's a question. When it comes to, like, do you guys feel like when you were, George, in the process, did you feel like any guilt, or did people try to make you feel guilty about certain things?
All the time.
Yeah.
Every single time people were like bringing ideas to us, they were not trying to present ideas. They were trying to present what they wanted. And unfortunately, James, a lot of people try to live vicariously through others.
Yeah.
And a lot of our family members who were involved in the process were trying to live through us because they know that they could never afford a wedding like that. So they were trying to get all of the things that they wanted out of it. And if you're throwing down some serious money on this wedding, people who in their dreams could never think about doing that because you busted your ass and you worked hard and you got to the place where I could afford whatever the fuck kind of wedding I want. People, 80 to 90% of the population out there is not like that, right? They're just going to ride the coattails of people who are doing well and try to live vicariously through them. And those are the people you got to watch for, because those are the people that are going to tell you, you know what's really popular nowadays? You should do it like this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you know what? You should have open bar, man. Honestly, you should have open bar. Everyone's doing open bar nowadays. No, motherfuckers, because you want open bar. And it's going to end up costing me $10K on top of everything else I'm paying just for open bar. Go fuck yourself. I'm not getting open bar. If you want drinks, go get your drinks. I'll buy you 2 or 3 bottles of wine at each table.
Yeah.
Beer, okay, whatever. But everything else is on your ass. If you want hard liquor, go take care of your own shit, straight up.
I really hope that you follow through with that plan for after 10 years. I really hope you do, because like it sounds like something you and your wife deserve. So
Thank you, bro.
No, I really hope so.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, with all that being said, I feel like I'm just going to take my time even more, man, because I don't think I'm ready for all this stress. I'm already salt and peppering it up. I already got other things to worry about, such as myself. I know that's really selfish, but I got to take care of myself. I got to take care of myself first before I go and take care of someone else, you know?
You should take care of yourself first. And because honestly, you wouldn't want to get into this kind of process if you're not sure with who you're doing this with. Like, if you're already unsure about who you're doing this with, imagine enduring the stress of like planning a wedding, especially like within our culture. That you need to have at very least that foundation of knowing who you're going to be doing this with for the rest of your life is sound. So yeah, you've like this kind of stress is gravy compared to the idea or even fathoming the idea of being with someone that you don't, or you're unsure you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Well, James, since I've known you and being with Katarina, I'm really happy for you too. You two seem really great to each other. You guys always seem to have a good time. Like when I see you guys, it's always happy, and you guys have so many laughs and jokes, and you have a very long fulfilling life to live together.
Thank you.
Shout out to Katarina, man. Congratulations to you. You definitely got yourself a good one. He's sitting right next to me right now.
So do I.
You know, and shout out to you, James, because
Thank
you know, since I've known her, she seems like a wonderful person.
Thanks, man.
Wonderful
Appreciate it.
woman.
Thanks, guys.
And she's Serbian.
Exactly.
So there you have it.
There
you know
you
what I
go.
mean? It's
There
a
you
win-win
go.
for you.
There you go.
Yeah. So you know. Yeah, shout out to you too. And George, same goes to you, bro. You and your wife, wonderful couple. Man, you guys are making me get in my feels now all of a sudden, man. Now I gotta go propose like tomorrow.
George, I hope you meet your one at that wedding, man. Yeah, that'll be a good one. George, honestly, I think George has to bring his A game when he goes there. He has to be in like a purple or blue suit or something that really pops out. George has to be the best dressed man in the whole. Yeah, like he has to be on one. Honestly, you have to pull your A game with that. You got to go to Stars and buy some flashy ass suit, bro.
He's already previewed his suit to me.
It's good?
Oh, beyond good.
Great.
No, beyond good.
There you go.
And even if it's not that night, you keep that suit because that suit is a baller suit.
Thank you very much for the compliment, Cousin James. But I love that. It's probably not probably. It's definitely my favorite suit. The best purchase I've ever made. It's the greatest suit I've ever had. I love the color. I've gotten several compliments, you know, and but I will tell you, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna front. I don't really see myself getting into anything when I get there. Like, yo, we're going there to have fun, to enjoy the wedding. Everyone in the moment knows that all the girls that go to these Lebanese weddings, well, half Lebanese in this case, they're all taken, George. So me trying to holler at a taken girl, not gonna happen, buddy. Just saying. You know what I mean? Because the last thing I want is for her husband to... Like, I don't want to get trumps.
The best thing is going to like a wedding of friends, not family weddings.
George is handling his business right now. He's already writing his vows right now. He's writing his 10-year vows.
10-year vows.
Right now. But, like, going to friends. So, actually, it's funny you mentioned that because the last...
You went to one, right? Yeah.
That's the one that I went to most recently prior to yours.
Yeah.
And I did see a lot of pretty women there, but unfortunately, they're all taken too. Everyone was taken. They're all taken like Liam Neeson, man. They're all fucking taken. Everyone was taken here, taken there, taken. And even at my table where if I told you this story about where I sat at, and I sat to this one great value version of James Bond that was next to me with his weak ass fucking British accent that he had. And
is this a story you can share on the pod, or is this?
I could, because the chances of me ever seeing this guy again are slim to none.
Okay.
And I mean, he was being a dick, but like he was trying to be funny. I think what he was trying to do was impress his lady, because his lady was the one who was invited to the wedding.
Okay, first of all, is he actually British?
Yes.
No way. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he was being wry. Maybe he was just being like dry humor. Maybe.
Oh, it was 1,000% dry humor. He reminded me of Pierce Brosnan in like Mrs. Doubtfire. You know, one of those guys. You know, he meets the women.
I can see like I can see him rubbing you the wrong way for sure.
Oh yeah, and but like I didn't want to be a dick like that, so I kind of played along with him because he was basically trying to treat me like I was his bitch, literally.
Oh,
like
really?
you're my bitch, and yeah, oh I can't wait to sleep with you tonight, George. I was like, what? Like he was just saying some really stupid. Like I don't know if this is some UK type of humor or whatever, but he was just trying his hardest to impress his girl, trying to be funny. In fact, I made her laugh more than he did. So like,
naturally,
I could have pulled like Trey Songz and be Mr. Steal Your Girl, and I could have took her because his woman was the one who was invited to the wedding. She brought him as her plus one.
He was the guest.
Yeah. And his girl, whenever he'd go away, I'd talk to her, and she seemed more interested in me, if anything. So you could portray me as your bitch all you want, but if you want right now, if I really wanted to, I could have just took off and left with her if you want. But I'm a gentleman. I was like, nah, you know what? I'm chilling.
I can attest to this. I remember a wedding you and I went to long time ago.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah.
But that turned out to be a flop, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, for sure, flop. But I mean, it turned out to be a flop. But like, you did demonstrate.
Yeah, but you guys applied pressure on me, though.
No, I didn't apply pressure.
Not you in particular, but I think your siblings, they definitely were on my ass.
All I said was, there's an opportunity. You should take advantage of this opportunity.
Okay, Eminem, opportunity of a lifetime.
No. But I mean,
I had mom's spaghetti all over my suit.
no. No spaghetti was on a shirt. The spaghetti was still on the plate. I can assure you of that. I can assure our listeners of that.
I love these.
No, because you demonstrated succinct game.
Yeah.
And she was vibing you quite well, and that's why I was like, I tried to reassert your focus. That's all.
Listen, I went in there, we danced, whatever. Yeah. In fact, I even went on a date with this girl, but I just knew at that, like, if that date would have happened maybe today, would have probably been a different, it would have probably been different result, different game, different result as opposed to 5 years ago. Because 5 years ago, she was trying to do the typical small talk. So what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? At that time, I wasn't no gov guy. I wasn't working. I wasn't even working, I think. Honestly, I think I was doing that overnight Walmart shift or whatever. But
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was, started from the bottom. Now I'm here, okay? That's right. And her at that time, she was definitely finessing with her, her lifestyle working here, and I got a good job there, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know, unless if I lie to her, which I didn't, I'm not good at lying like that.
But so how far could the lie really go, realistically? So, no, it sometimes doesn't work.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I'm glad that it turned out the way it did, because I felt like I could smell the bougie in her, man.
Yeah.
And yes, she is Lebanese, so, yeah. I'm not gonna go any further. I'm not gonna curse any more than that. I'll just leave it at that. She definitely got the
Hadouken!
Definitely. In fact, because usually when you go on a date with a girl and you think it goes well and she seems pretty okay too, and you want to go, for another date in the future, whatever. Yeah. I was actually looking forward for this to end so I could never see her again. That's how much I was looking forward to it. Because I'm like, I knew this was not going anywhere at all.
It's just, there's no chemistry.
There was none whatsoever.
You're not vibing. It's not going well. Like, lemon law. You just wish you could end it after 5 minutes.
Oh, sure. She was a Steven, man. Whatever.
So are you saying she was a white guy?
Okay, Stephanie.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Jennifer, yeah.
Jenny from the block.
No.
So we're just gonna shift things toward like the movie style. So I don't know how much if you're like considered. Are you a movie theater buff yourself? Do you and Katerina go often together, or do you usually go on your own?
We don't go that often, but like when there's a good Marvel movie.
Oh! George, you just found your soulmate right here, bro. You just found your Marvel soulmate.
Finally.
Welcome.
Yeah, so like when there's a good Marvel movie, we'll check it out.
So I am the total opposite. I'm not a Marvel guy, only if it's Deadpool. Otherwise, I don't care. If I go, it's because I'm forced into going watching the movies that are out like lately. And I did. We recently talked about it, George and I, about how Marvel has contracted like for the next I don't know how many years. They have like 20 movies on deck.
Well, yeah, that's part of their Phase 4.
Yeah, Phase 4. What is this portage? What is this Phase 4? What the fuck? Come on, man.
No. Like they're releasing like films in phases.
Yeah.
So just to like create sequels and
But how many more sequels do we need? We've seen so many sequels, like the Avengers Endgame, Endgame 1, Endgame 2. How many Endgames are we going to get?
That's it. That's why I told Endgame.
Yeah, but we've had an Endgame last year, and we had one this year, or whatever the one was called last year.
The game was that long, it took two films to end it.
Look, man, all I'm trying to say is I'm glad that George finally has someone that he can share Marvel movies with in his life, but it's not going to be me. All I'm saying is we went to go watch Hobbs and Shaw. I didn't want to go watch it. George texted me that night on Tuesdays, cheap Tuesday nights. Shout out to cheap Tuesdays, even though they're still fucking expensive. We had the D-box seats, not D-block, but D-box.
D-box.
Have you ever had those? I don't know if Ottawa Theaters has those where like the seats that like vibrate and they move kind of like simulators.
So there is one in VIP Lansdowne. Yeah. I haven't been to one yet. Like I've been to the Lansdowne Theater, but I didn't have that viewing experience yet. But it sounds cool.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was a little bit of a reach. Like you guys are really out here going left and right like a fucking flight simulator type thing for like things that don't even merit like vibration. If anything, it almost felt like a very cheap version of like those,
Massage.
yeah. It was a great value massage chair. That's what it was. But the movie itself, so Hobbs and Shaw, which is like the 20th movie under the what's it called, the Fast and Furious. I think it was a spin-off, correct, George?
It's a spin-off.
I don't really care for The Rock as an actor, man. Like, you know me, we go back to our wrestling days, Goldberg, WCW, Nitro, all that.
So okay, have you? I vibe you. What about? Have you seen the HBO show Ballers?
No.
I recommend it. It's for me. It's his best acting work.
I've told him that before.
Yeah, I honestly, it's his best work.
Ballers or Billions? They're all
Billions is Damian Lewis.
Oh,
but,
okay. There's a lot of HBO and Showtime and all that. I know.
Yeah, so this is an HBO show. It's actually the new season 5 is coming out this month. I think next weekend.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'll give that a shot. I have like access to those shows or whatever, so I'll go watch it.
Give Ballers a shot.
Because give Ballers a shot. Ballers!
Literally.
So the movie itself, what I enjoyed about Hobbs and Shaw was the significant amount of wrestling references, because The Rock had a lot of like. I actually thought at one point he was gonna drop the rock bottom on one of the enemies, like the villains.
Would not have surprised me.
But he definitely.
The slightest.
Roman Reigns was in the movie actually, but he literally had no words. Like his script was nothing. There was no script for
it. It was like a pure physical role.
Yeah, very physical. He dropped the Samoan drop, by the way.
No way.
So he was fighting at one point later in the movie. And I'm not gonna give too many spoilers, but there was fighting. Obviously, it's an action movie. You expect to see some fighting and violence and whatever, and cars, a little bit of Nas, whatever, Nas, not the rapper, but you know what I mean, the cars.
Nitrous oxide.
Yes,
yes.
Nitrous
oxide.
You.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wikipedia. Yes. So anyways, yeah, he did the Samoan drop. The infamous eyebrow was definitely in that. Yes, you're the first person outside of The Rock that I ever watched, that I've ever seen do it. In fact, you're the first one that was capable of doing on both sides.
I could do both. Yeah.
You used to, or you can still do it right now? Because I feel like there it is.
See, of course I could do it.
This is why George. You know what? George needs to be our cameraman for the night, because I need.
Well, George does it too.
Yeah,
he does it too.
Well, he did it one side, but whatever. Overall, I wasn't expecting much. I honestly thought I was gonna get like a 4 out of 10 rating, but I'll give it like a solid 6.5. It's a passing grade.
Because so I avoided
not my steez, man.
I avoided the plot on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
But then I went to interesting stuff about the cast, production, and cause I get bored on the bus, right?
So check this out: the cinematography and like the effects and like all the cinematography, right? The film, all of that. I'll give him I'll give him all the credit for that. They did a great job on that, but that's what they do. Those production companies for those Fast Furious movies and Hobbs and Shaw, whatever, they go all out for that. But the acting and then some cheesy jokes here and there, and what's his face? The guy who plays Deadpool was in the movie too, by the way. The Canadian guy, Ryan Reynolds, was there.
I heard he did a cameo. Yeah,
he was there, and I feel like his character in movies is how he is. He's portrayed like that in real life too. Is it just me, or is that how he is in real life?
He's just like, I don't know. He's a fun, sarcastic. He doesn't take him
very dry.
I mean, he doesn't take himself seriously. He's
definitely
just
not.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
I felt Deadpool vibes with his humor in that, as well as like his shit from his other past movies, like the Van Wilder. I think he did Van
Wilder. Yeah.
But no, it wasn't that bad. You know, it was your typical action. It's another typical action movie. Honestly, I love Jason Statham though. I can't front. Like, I love this guy. I've watched him since Cellular when I first watched him there.
Great movie.
Love that movie.
Great movie.
I will give that movie 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10. In fact, like that movie. I'll watch that movie every day and I'll never get tired of it.
Oh yeah, him, Chris Evans, amazing.
Amazing.
That's
Love
a great
it.
movie.
Yeah. Like, we could just pull that up right now. In fact, I have another movie on my bucket list, George. My cousin Vinny. I might watch that in a very near future because I found it.
That's my favorite movie.
I found it on a streaming service, so I'm gonna go ahead and watch that, and I'll give you my feedback on that.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time, man. Straight up.
So,
and by the way, I was actually listening passively. I did like the explanation that the homeboy Jimmy gave about like all things Marvel and all the phases. George has been praying for the death of all things comic books in film and theater from the time we started this podcast. It's funny because all of these films are going to outlive us.
They will.
Even when we're dead, they're still going to be maybe on phase 30 or phase 40. So George, you fucking better buckle your shit up.
Stan Lee somewhere in his grave, just. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. But no, The Rock is the guy that I find that needs to just cut it out. Like, he needs to just go to a different venture or endeavors or whatever, because acting, he's already made a lot of money. I get it. You make money, and if the box offices are going hot or whatever, then don't stop. But the thing is, his acting to me isn't necessarily the best. And then George was having a whole fucking erection. George was dead ass having a boner for this guy throughout the whole entire movie. He was all jacked up and deezed up. He's like, oh man, I gotta go on his Instagram. Like, holy fuck. The guy got so excited when he saw a stack of pancakes from the floor to all the way up to the ceiling. Like, this guy was literally eating that much pancakes in the movie. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, do I ever miss The Rock when he actually had hair, he had the sideburns, and he wasn't on steroids? Do you agree that he's on steroids? Tell me, please.
It wouldn't surprise me because he's huge. He's like comically huge.
Yeah.
He's like it's honestly, his body doesn't make biological sense. Like, and plus, like, come on, how can a guy like in his mid-40s have that much energy? Like, I know, yeah, he's got an incredible diet. He works his butt off. Like, but like, come on, how do you have the kind of energy to work? He's the busiest guy in Hollywood, yet he brings his entire workout gear with him everywhere he goes. Like, it's a road trip.
Yeah.
And like, he's the busiest guy in the world. At least he comes off as. Or these 4 a.m. workouts, like Mark Wahlberg. Like, come on. It honestly, my money is on steroids.
Yo, air horns for the steroids, man. I definitely say he's on it. Like, there's no way he's not on no damn juice. Like, I get it. People are obsessed with his routines and his, like, Instagram page because it's all motivational purposes only type shit. But, come on, man. And the guy even went off saying that, like, he even went through the whole depression phase or whatever. Okay, that's fine. Like, we all go through it in our lives, no matter what your status is in the world. But just for anyone who denies that, like George, for example, he says it with so much confidence that, no, it's all natural. No, it's not, man. He looks like you.
Obviously, I know it's not natural, but I love the guy so much. I have a soft spot for The Rock.
The only way to get George's attention is when you say George is on, when you say Rock is on steroids.
Man. No, man. Listen, The Rock, obviously, he has. I just grew up idolizing that guy, and this guy.
So were you watching him when he was a wrestler, or did you just wait until he retired from that?
No.
The Mummy and shit.
No. I've been following him since his days when he had the fanny pack and like the turtleneck with the gold chain with the curls.
That meme picture.
I was always
Coordination and domination.
I was always
domination.
Yeah,
Domination.
He was my idea.
I
love that.
I was The Rock. I was a number one Rock super fan. And the height of my adoration for him was the WrestleMania of him against Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
that was the best match I've ever seen in my whole life. I was just on my I wasn't even sitting on a couch or a chair. I was sitting on the floor with my legs crossed like this, just admiring the match. The match was fucking epic. This was the only time I've ever bought pay-per-view in my life. I said, Dad, you got to get pay-per-view. He goes, $50. You're crazy. I said, no, Dad. No, please. We got to get this. Heavy.
This was the WrestleMania that was in Toronto, right?
Yes, 2002. Our
yeah.
Nisha went to that. Yeah.
2003, right?
02, because it was still WWF. And that same year, like literally 2-3 months later in May 02, they changed it to WWE. And the very next night after the Hulk Hogan and Rock is when Brock Lesnar debuted in wrestling. It was in trust me, it was 2002 because you know I know my years like that.
I believe you on.
2002 was at the Sky Dome, and it had Stone Cold versus Scott Hall.
Scott Hall, yeah.
When he was still, drinking a little bit. And then Triple H I think was against Chris Jericho, I believe, and then because the next year,
what a billing,
but like honestly, out of respect for Hogan's legacy and The Rock, of course, because he was still he was at his peak still. They should have made that the main event. I'll be honest, because the crowd reaction, the crowd pop that match, those two super heavyweights got, especially Hogan. Holy shit. Because Hogan was billed to be a bad guy. He was a villain at that time because him and the NWO, they came back at that time. Right. And everyone was booing them because he was killing The Rock with the trucks and everything. And then as soon as WrestleMania came around, the crowd was half-half. And that was a huge crowd because it's a Sky Dome. They can fit like almost damn near 100,000 people. And we just had a wrestling segment.
Yes, we did.
Jesus Christ.
You didn't expect that.
Rey Mysterio! So,
Honestly, I love Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, because you're the same height as him.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm taller. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're taller.
No, you're not.
I'm pretty sure I was listed height of 5'3" or something.
No, you're not, because George, he's 5'5" and you're 5'4", all right?
Are you sure he's 5'5" for real?
I thought he was 5'3".
I thought he was 5'3",
check
bro.
the WCW games, check his ESPN page, check whatever, Wikipedia.
All right. Hold up, man. For once, we gotta fact check this.
gotta fact check.
Jimmy, hit me up.
I think you may outweigh him, though, that's for sure, because you're like Buff Bagwell, and he's...
This guy is buff bag, but this guy is fucking on juice.
So now,
on the OJ.
now, because he's in his 40s now, he's like 44.
I haven't seen him recently, man. Is he still wrestling?
He's actually still wrestling. He's got
Come
contacts
on.
in his eyes, and he still rocks the
So I know he
luchador
still
mask.
rocks the contacts. I got you.
But here's the thing: when he was in WCW, when he was like in his 20s, he was still a kid.
Yeah.
Fuck, Big Show was up here, and he would literally lift Rey Mysterio like a dumbbell. Like that's how much of a height and a weight difference there was.
Crazy.
He was 5'5", 155 or 165 tops.
Oh my god, the cousin is right. 5'5".
Shit.
Wow.
So
I
he's
Bro.
taller than me.
5'3".
You think the
I
guy was
thought
gonna
5'3"
grow? He was
too.
already in his 20s at
I
this
feel
point.
like there's a wrestler who was 5'3", but I can't think of.
It's
who it
Muggsy
is.
Bogues, and he's in the NBA, bro.
Nah, bro, he was in the NBA.
Who's the other short guy? He played for Eastern Michigan University. What's that guy's name?
Did he play in the NBA?
Yeah, he was in the NBA. He played for
Nate Robinson.
No.
Spud Webb.
No.
George, think of any guys
He
your height.
played for Denver. No. What's his
It
name?
was Spud Webb. He played for Denver.
No, he played for the Hawks.
Oh, no,
Yeah, he
you're
played
right.
for- No.
Well, the dunk contest he did.
I'm going crazy right now. I know because like my former roommate.
Oh! I think I know what you're talking about. The guy who actually dunked, he had hops, right?
Yeah, he had hops.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, I'm going crazy.
Wait, Denver. Let me look this up. I know his name. No, it's
Earl Boykins. Boykins.
No.
Boykins.
Earl
Oh, is it
Boykins.
Boykins?
Earl Boykins.
Oh yeah,
It
he was
is.
a Nugget.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
you were talking
Motherfuckers,
about,
Boykins.
Earl
Yeah.
Boykins. That's the guy. Yeah.
I was thinking of another player.
I think he was like 5'5" or
because
something.
Joe Budden actually referenced it because I know you know my love for Joe, but like back when Joe was like a punchline rapper, he made a reference to this guy. Oh, Robert Pack.
Who's that?
Okay, never mind. It's definitely James right now is like, oh. I thought you were talking about Robert Pack. Robert Pack was a Nugget player. Actually, you know what? Let's find out. Who did he play for? Robert Pack. Pack was a basketball player. Look, he played for the Nuggets too. Look, if you see him right here.
Oh, really?
But he played back when they had like the. Well, actually, I think he had the two kind of jersey. He had this jersey, and then he had like the rainbow colored one when Mutombo was there.
Love the rainbow colors.
So this guy was his height, but he had the hops of Vince Carter.
Insane.
Yeah, like he jumped out of the fucking gym. But you're talking about Earl Boykins. Oh man, that was my guy. Yeah, you're right. He played with the Nuggets. This guy, I think he was like a mid to late '90s to early 2000s kind of guy.
It was 90s. Yeah, maybe, I think he retired like 2000.
Nah, but the best one to me was definitely Muggsy because he made the greatest assist to one of Vince Carter's best dunks ever, which was a crazy windmill, which he did a full cradle.
Yes.
That pass was by who? It was fucking Muggsy Bogues. So shout out to him. Yo, did we cover everything, guys? Man, I feel like we have just so much that we could talk about, and George's out here spazzing.
By the way, because this is probably gonna be like the last time that I talk to Jimmy until after he's done like the wedding and all that shit, man. Honestly, I feel like I gotta get to know Jimmy some more, man. So I'm gonna just do like rapid fire on him. I'm just gonna ask him like random questions straight up.
Good idea.
Could I ask him a question?
Of course, it's just gonna be a rapid fire session. Go.
What's your beef with Gatno?
Ooh, tell me.
A non-existent one.
What?
I don't have a beef with cats,
You're always shitting on us.
I do not.
You and our oldest cousin. You guys are
George got dummied right there. Okay,
don't.
so down to the real questions.
Go ahead, George.
Okay, James, listen, man. What's your favorite movie of all time? One of them.
Honestly, one of them. It's
One.
got to be Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now.
Or
That's heavy.
Interstellar.
It's a Tupac album.
So I can tell this guy's a smart dude because he picked some smart movies right there.
Interstellar,
We
yeah.
watched some of that together. I remember.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure George could not handle himself during those movies. He probably said, "Yo, come on, man, let's put Space Jam or some shit on."
Okay, right?
right.
Let me tell you a story. So, you know Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
So George is over at my
Wait, the
parents'...
first one or the second
No,
one?
Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Wolf of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay, so the newer one. Okay.
Yeah, the newer one. Yeah. So George, we used to put the movie on for my sisters, and we're at my parents' house.
Yeah.
And he's, I don't watch this. Money, finance, I don't watch this. 10 minutes later, he regretted it. He was dying, laughing. He regretted
The Wolf
it.
of Wall Street. You didn't like that?
No, he was nervous.
Why is that?
I was hesitant. I thought it was going to be a whack ass movie like Hobbs and Shaw, but it turned out like just like Hobbs and Shaw.
First of all, You can't hate on Hobbs and Shaw.
But I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I thought that was gonna be a whack movie because I was told that the whole movie, all the best parts were in the trailer. That's why I didn't watch.
Actually, there was a lot that was not even in the trailer.
Like
Kevin Hart is in that movie.
I didn't want to spoil
Fucking
it.
spoiling
I
that.
read
The
that.
black version of this guy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
blackmail.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Okay, so we got Interstellar as your favorite movie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
bro, I want to go down to the comics.
Okay.
Are you DC or are you Marvel?
Marvel.
Marvel.
Except for
Who's your top 3 characters? It doesn't have to. Oh, sorry. Tell me.
okay, so obviously the Dark Knight series, obviously from DC, you love that.
Of course,
of
yeah.
course. But
like Batman is the one motherfucker I wish I could adopt into Marvel
I wish.
because he's too good for DC. I'm sorry to say it. Shout out to all you fucking whack ass fans from DC who like Superman and like Green Lantern and shit like that.
What it do, baby?
Yeah. Okay, so
So
you like
top-
Marvel? Okay, go
Top
on.
3 characters,
Yeah.
but villain or
It could be anti-hero, it can be villain, it could be superhero. It doesn't matter who.
okay. Well,
And this, I'll get to know a lot about your character just from this question.
okay,
I'm telling you right. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you for all you out there.
okay.
Let's go.
All right. Carnage. Yeah.
Okay, good,
Carnage
yeah.
for sure.
Wow. Okay.
It's got to be Cable.
Cable. Interesting choice. I like that choice.
Cable.
By the way, did you like the depiction of him by Josh Brolin or no?
I like Josh Brolin, so
Yeah.
I guess I'm partial to. I would say yes.
I wanted the dude from Stranger Things, though. That big cop dude, whatever his name
Oh,
is.
David Harbour. Oh, yeah, he's great.
Come on, that's
He's
Cable
great.
right there.
Oh,
But
he-
look
oh,
at him. He's like
oh.
6'5" and fucking he's huge.
According to like the cartoon depiction,
Yes.
yeah, David Harbour would have been amazing
as
yeah, for
as
sure.
the extra guy.
No, yeah, good shout, good shout.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so Carnage, Cable.
Cable. I never heard Cable for a top 3 before.
I love Cable.
That's really that's really interesting, man. Why do you like him so much?
I just think like he brings like an aura to like when he makes an appearance, and like he's just so hell bent on destroying Apocalypse.
True.
Like hell bent. It's
He
like
hates Apocalypse,
like it's
for sure.
it's just that passion and that like rage. I kind of like I found that resonated.
Cable's
with me.
definitely a sneaky X-Men like top 3 of mine
Yeah.
for sure.
Really, huh?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. On my top 3 X-Men for sure is the homie Logan.
Oh yeah.
And then I love Magneto, and then probably
Magneto.
third is Cable. Probably.
Yeah. No, Magneto too. It's
sure.
it's definitely a beautiful story for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So we got Carnage, we got Cable. And this is 1, 2, 3, or are you doing 3, 2, 1, or are you just doing like all 3 and you don't really have a favorite one?
I mean, if I'm gonna pick a third one, I guess Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's-
probably Magneto. Yeah.
He's fucking badass. So I'm sure X-Men is your thing then, man. You like the X-Men stories.
X-Men probably more. Yeah. I mean, X-Men and Spider-Man.
X-Men Spider, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. By the way, I know this is probably a yes, but how amazing are those two shows when we were kids? Like that, like the X-Men the animated series and the Spider-Man animated series. Did you watch those?
Dude, I watched them today on Netflix.
Oh, fuck! Are they back on Netflix now?
Yeah, and X-Men is.
X-Men is back.
Yeah.
Dun. Man,
Yeah.
I was halfway through the show and they took it off, and they took Spider-Man off too, like a year
Yeah.
ago.
And also,
Motherfucker.
I think I ranted about that in our first episode.
and actually,
I'm sure I had
even
a
when they
rant.
were out, so like I have an Android box, and I get both shows on my Android
Amazing.
box. So it's nice to like pass time, like late night. It's like 11 o'clock.
Great.
I don't want to think. I just want
Great
to.
shows.
Yeah.
That was my Saturday morning, man.
Yeah.
My Saturday morning was X-Men, 8 o'clock, followed by Spider-Man
Yeah.
at 8:30.
That's right.
And Batman, the animated series during the weekdays.
Oh, beautiful series.
Heavy,
Yeah.
Heavy, man. I got the Blu-ray right there.
Right there. Man, I'm telling you, knowing these top 3 characters, you get to know the person. The really interesting thing about all 3 of those guys, they're either like straight up like bad dudes or they're like anti-heroes.
I've got to ask
Yeah,
you,
bro, they popped the trunk of motherfuckers for sure.
George. I got to ask you.
Yeah, tell me.
How do you feel? Be honest. How do you feel about Jared Leto's depiction of Joker?
Ooh. I think he's good, but not as Joker. Like, the first time I saw this character, I didn't think of him as Joker.
Really?
I thought of him as just a mob boss who has, like, green hair who's
Yeah.
fucked up. I couldn't really say that it's Joker because it was so outside of the realm for me. So as that version of the Joker, I thought it was good because he was his own dude, right? And his whole goal was to try to be as different from Heath Ledger as possible.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I did, but I do, and I like the upcoming film idea of having Joker. The one thing I don't like that much though is that they made him look so much like Heath Ledger with a mix of like Jack Nicholson. I kind of wanted to see their own version. He looks just like a splicing of like both of those actors in of
Wait,
the
who
Joker
this?
suit.
Which one is this? Which actor is this that you say that's
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, the
Joaquin
the
Phoenix,
upcoming
the
one.
upcoming Joker.
So I was just gonna say, I feel like that is gonna be the one where they're gonna redeem themselves. I didn't even watch the one with Jared Leto or Leto. I didn't even
Well, it
watch
was in
that.
Suicide Squad.
I didn't watch Will Smith was in that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch that one, but this one I think it's coming like October-ish.
Yeah.
Like fourth quarter. I'm definitely gonna go watch
I'm
that.
down for sure.
We
I'm
gotta
down.
go watch that.
I think it's gonna do really well.
I think so.
It's
Because-
gonna make like 800 mil for sure.
But nothing will
it's
ever.
gonna be one of those like that. It's gonna do the same numbers I think as like the Venom movie did.
Nothing will ever touch.
850 around there.
Nothing will ever touch Heath Ledger, man. R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
Crazy.
R.I.P.
He got so into the character he killed himself. Man.
Literally killed himself for the character.
Crazy.
Literally.
man. Crazy.
Yeah.
And I just noticed, man, I didn't even know I have so many pop toys. I just noticed that I have a Kiva pop toy right there. Look at that. Oh, he's fighting Deadpool right on the scene.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
and he's
do.
staring right at my ass too, man.
Yeah, you do.
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
Oh, this guy, I would never fuck up with Cable. Because his arm can turn into some fucked up shit. That's one thing in the film they did not show enough of. His arm can transform into some fucked up, like, weapon, like, cut motherfuckers
That's like
up.
Jax, kind of, man.
Actually, it's kind of like his buddy Carnage, actually. No, it's kind of like his buddy Carnage.
Carnage.
Man, with the spike arm and the fuck.
Listen,
and
I
the
love
fuck
you
shit up.
guys, but you guys are nerds, fam. You guys are such geeks.
Geeks, bro.
There's a different story. Fuck Best Buy, man. This is the geek squad right here, man.
Yo, I think
Honestly.
George is just jealous because we outed his ass for like 5 minutes.
Man, I'll go talk ball with the next person or some shit.
Oh, hold up, man. I'm not done a rapid fire. I got 2 left for him. Man, I got 2 left.
Okay.
Okay, so I got 2 left, Jimmy. Your favorite sport?
Soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah.
And team?
Barcelona.
Barca. Ooh, shit. He's a Barca motherfucker.
Wait. So, was it justified, that little suspension for 3 months for your boy, or no?
For Messi?
It's a very messy situation.
Oh, he should have been, like, they were saying he should have been banned for 2 years. He got lucky. It's a slap on the wrist. Because the 3 months he's only suspended for representing Argentina in international competition.
Yeah.
But, like, the games in the next 3 months are all friendly games. There's not one competitive game. So it's a slap on the wrist.
So it doesn't matter. It won't impact, like, the
He
World
wouldn't.
Cup
He
in
would.
2022.
Oh, he wouldn't play anyways because they're not qualifying games for the World Cup,
Got you.
and he wouldn't have played those games anyways because he's 32 and doesn't play those friendly games
Okay,
anymore.
so George, you asked him favorite sport, and then as soon as you said soccer, he lost track.
Yeah,
I
I
zoned right out. But
Yeah.
listen, it's not that.
He don't.
but I love NBA. I love hockey. Like, so I mean, no, we get.
Huge OKC rider in 2012, by the way.
Yeah,
I actually was rooting for them as opposed to your Miami Heat.
Well, I gotta show you
No.
the championship banner that we
Yeah.
dominated 4-1 over the Thunder. Bah! Like that.
I just couldn't believe
Pop
that.
the trunk for that motherfucker.
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
Yeah.
It was like, for me, it was like the first super team. I just couldn't believe they had all these guys in one squad, and yet they still screwed themselves. Like, they still lost. Like, look at that. I mean, Durant, Harden, like, Baca,
The MVP.
Westbrook.
best team of all time to never win a chip.
Honestly.
I
Honestly. And it's not like
Go pick another team and don't tell me the Utah Jazz because
I
they
was
had
just
2.
gonna say this.
I know.
This is where the 2 G's kicks right in,
Bro,
You knew I was gonna say Utah.
I'm sorry, but they have 3. They have Harden, R-Dub, and they have
What about the
KD.
Sixers? They got fucking Mutombo, bro.
Oh, by the way,
Terrible.
Do you guys watch Skip and Shannon or listen to Skip and Shannon?
I only listen to the clips that pop up on
Yeah.
like IG.
Okay.
That's it.
So-
because I think because like honestly, I like Shannon, but I think Skip is too much the same as he was when he was on First Take. I kind of want to see like a different like I kind of want to see a different version of the character he plays because he's a character, obviously. You know.
No, you know what he does is he gets dominated by the black man. It started off with Stephen A. Smith. He wrecked his ass. Pause. And then now he's got another
but
guy.
Shannon doesn't dominate Skip though.
Oh man, do you see him
a
how
lot
he
of the
goes
argument
ham-
is the opposite.
Do you
bro.
see how much he rides for LeBron, man? Every time they talk, yo, the guy literally came in with a fucking gold mask and a LeBron jersey with his fucking The Rock muscles.
Pause. Honestly, I think we got to pour one out. We got to pour one out for the LA Lakers whole season today.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know DeMarcus, he was not going to be a huge factor on the team, but he was going to be really important.
One time for DeMarcus. I'm not really worried about DeMarcus. You know what? We'll get into this shit another time because right now, I mean, we could definitely go on for like another 3 hours, bro.
The problem is like now. I mean, so it would have been nice to have him to rotate with JaVale McGee, but now,
Dude, this guy, he and AD played great together. He did all the dirty work that AD hates doing. And I'm honestly heartbroken. I'm actually like a super duper like Bron fan. I don't know if you can probably tell from all the episodes. I love LeBron. I think he's better than MJ. And I'll fight anyone right now. I don't care. Man, I'll give a Hadouken to all you motherfuckers. I don't care.
Nah, we're giving.
Man,
this
I watched
Hadouken
both
to
of
you.
these motherfuckers. Honestly, I watched both of these motherfuckers play, and I gotta say, LeBron is just fucking amazing.
You watched Michael Jordan through a YouTube screen, bro.
Man, I used to watch all of his games. I even showed you the Chicago Bulls picture when I had the little jacket when I was 5 years old. I loved MJ, man. I watched every MJ game, man.
See, James,
even on tape delay, motherfucker.
James is older than us, not too much older than us, but he was old enough to at least remember. I'm hoping that you remember watching games on on NBA on NBC. Shout out to our outro music.
yes.
But like I barely remember. Like I think maybe the shot, against Byron Russell, the last shot as a Chicago Bull. I might remember that one. But even then, like it's vague to me because I was such a kid. I was only 10 years old when that happened. But anything like Jordan when he was in his athletic prime, dunking and fucking free throw line. I mean, I was born when he did that. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to remember all of that shit? George's out here acting like he was born in 1963 or some shit.
No,
the same year MJ was born. Facts for your ass.
Get out of here, bro.
But no, Jordan is in a league of his own. Maybe as a human being, LeBron might be better. But as a basketball player, purely as a basketball player, give me MJ in any era, and he'll take LeBron, man. In fact, put LeBron in his prime, which I think he's out of it now. Do you think he's out of his prime right now? Or
I would say he's exiting his prime. But the fact that he's exiting his prime at his age and the mileage he's had, it's pretty impressive.
Oh, super
like
impressive.
we're entering his 17th season. Like, and the longevity alone?
Actually, I think 18 is coming up now.
I thought he's entering
17, whatever.
Oh, yeah, anyways,
regardless, it's still double digits, man.
Regardless,
it's a lot.
I'll tell you right now, okay? With all things taken into consideration, straight up, Bron, he's played with some great players, right? Yeah. Has he ever played with anyone on the scale of a Scottie Pippen?
Dwayne Wade.
He wasn't in his prime. I'm saying prime. He's never had a primetime dude like that.
Yeah, but that was a natural
thing. That was a running mate for MJ. And MJ didn't win shit before he got Scotty, and he didn't win shit after he got rid of Scotty. Or the Bulls fucking went cheap and they didn't want to pay Scotty or pay anyone. Man, I'm telling you right now, give Bron the equivalent. Like another 1B. Because I'll tell you right now, if you watched any of those games as a kid, there's 1A and B. I'm not even going to say that like Pippen is a 2. Because that guy was fucking important. He was the best defensive player they had. He was a great rebounder. He was a great passer. He did everything else that had to do. Pick a name. Pick a name of who would be a perfect fit beside Bron. And you put that guy beside Bron at his prime for 6 years of Bron's prime as well, he will win 6 titles for sure. You kidding me? This guy took a Heat team in 2012 that had no chance. Okay, straight up. I'll tell you right now. They had They had no chance. They were about to get beat by the Pacers. Then he went into God mode. Shout out to D Wade, who's my favorite player of all time. He also had to go into God mode. But after that, it was all Bron. Bron beat OKC by himself.
And the Celtics.
He beat the Celtics by himself, straight up.
Game 6. I remember
Game
that,
6. Yeah. Bro, the best game I ever saw, Game 6.
I know, it was like 46-16.
Bro, I watched it the other day. I drove my wife crazy. She went
pissed and she went upstairs. I can't believe you're watching a game from 7 years ago. I said, no, fuck, man, I gotta bring back some fucking Happy Heat vibes up in this shit. Because, man, it's been sadness for the last 5 years.
Oh, haram, man.
I'll tell you right now. And on top of that, he almost beat the fucking Golden State Warriors that first finals. You know when Caleb went down and the Kyrie, he played iso ball with them and he almost fucking won. He was the best player in the whole series. He should have got MVP even though they got beat at the end. Man, everyone likes to jump on like the Kyrie Irving bandwagon. He's good, but he doesn't play any defense. He doesn't rebound. He just can shoot and score. That's it. And he has sick handles. Bron has never played with a fucking generational prime player. And don't give me this LA Lakers team this year because now he has AD in his prime. Bron is now on the out of his prime.
Yeah.
If you had Bron in his prime, the Heat years were his ultimate prime. He shot 62% from the field for crying out loud. Best of all time. This is fucking prime Bron. Pick another like prime player and put him at the same time. The dude's gonna win the same amount of titles, man.
I watched both. With Braun, the guy he's unplayable in his prime, unplayable. Like you got a guy 6'9" who's a
beast,
like a guy who can pass. 6'8". Oh, sorry, 6. I'm sorry.
Well, they say 6'8", but I think he's tall, bro.
With Tim's,
he's almost the same height as AD.
Well, it's like
let's be real.
Well, it's like when people say KD is 6'10". No, he's 7 feet.
But he's 7. Yeah,
like.
Got you. Whatever, 6'9", he's a tank.
Look at his physical attributes and a guy who can pass as well, or if not better than Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
You got
amazing court vision, bro.
Like it's like his basketball IQ, I think maybe exceeds Jordan's. I'm not saying better player than Jordan. I would say like they say in soccer, we have like they say like Messi, whoever they sit. There's not who's the best, but there's a table. Who sits at the table?
Oh, got you. Yeah.
That's what they say in soccer. They say who sits at the table. Bron, Jordan, they have a table. I say they're on the same table. Who's better? I think they're both. There's arguments for both.
Yeah.
But like with LeBron, I think you can't discount like his physical attributes and his vision of the game, and like.
Man, the guy alone, he's going to have the most points in NBA history and not even be a primary scorer.
I think longevity has to be taken into consideration.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And, bro, as his cousin, I want you to slap the motherfucker. He's not even appreciative of the fact that Bron is on his team. Give him back to me. I'll take him gladly any day, motherfucker, man. You hate LeBron so much?
Him and Jimmy Buckets, then.
Bro, this guy hates LeBron so much. Man, I would be shocked.
Relax.
I have a question.
I just dislike him now.
George, I have a question for you. Cuz I have a question for you. Would you have liked if Kawhi Leonard joined the Lakers? I know it was never really likely, but
no. No.
Crazy
because
motherfucker.
As I previously stated, him, LeBron, and if you're also including AD, which is he's there, I can't see that trio. It's not gonna work out. There's too many egos. There's too much going on over there. It just wouldn't have worked out. It can't. Especially
Somebody hold me, because this motherfucker, he just gave. Man, I feel like
this only works out for the Olympics or the All-Star weekend. It's not gonna work out.
Are you crazy? AD, Bron, and Kawhi are not gonna work.
But Kawhi said
you have Kawhi on the perimeter shutting motherfuckers down. You have Bron as the main playmaker, passing fucking facilitator. You have AD. Bro, you have AD doing pick and rolls, dunking, grabbing boards all day. It's 3 perfect. You have a 1, a 2, and a 4/a 5. You crazy?
But everybody has to average.
Are you stupid? Are you dumb?
Toronto slang back.
Bro, what the fuck? You tell me it's not going to work? George, man, pop the trunk, motherfucker. I'm going to shoot you.
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk.
Act stupid, I'll pop the trunk. Man, you're crazy. I can't believe George is not enjoying this AD, Bron, LA Lakers thing, man. You got to be hyped.
Why are you saying shit that's not even true?
Because you're not hyped. You haven't said one hype thing about the whole thing.
Danny Green on the perimeter? Like, don't discount.
Bring me Jeremy Lin. How about that?
Bro, we ain't talking about Jeremy Lin.
We can't get into
He's
that.
banned. He's banned from this thing.
He's banned from TV.
He's banned. I hope he never plays an
Shout out
NBA
to
game in his
Nori.
life.
I hope he never plays an NBA game again. I hope he makes it huge in China or with like Moscow. I don't give a shit.
I'm not gonna say anything until the season starts. Okay, once the season starts, you will hear me going loud and proud on this.
I
want
to hear you talking shit to everyone, saying LA Lakers are the best team in the NBA. You have Bron and KD. You spoiled prick ass motherfucker. AD. I said AD.
Honestly, I want to superimpose you talking about him and Shannon Sharp talking about him. The same level of hype.
I want the hype.
So you want me to be on steroids, wear a jersey,
Skip.
with his?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right
Black
now.
Miles or whatever he smokes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. If you give me that, I'm shitting on everybody. I'm gonna go to LA. I'm shitting on the LA Clippers, like logo wherever I see it. I would be crazy. You have AD, who's one of the top 5 players in the league, and you have LeBron James, one of the best players of all time. How can you not be hyped? And they have a very good team, much better than last year. They have shooters all the way around.
Right, yeah.
I think personally, too, they have a better coach this year. All right, man, I can't.
George,
believe that
I'm not hating on nobody. You gotta stop putting words in my mouth, son. Like rote, man. And second of all, let's go back to MJ real quick. MJ, to his defense, they drafted Scottie Pippen. LeBron never drafted no D Wade. They never drafted like anyone on his team.
But
it was all a bunch of fucking plumber scrubs.
But MJ in his prime with like Pippen in his prime, I'll put Bron in his prime and whoever that 1B person is in their prime. I don't even know who you could say. Pick fucking KD or like another crazy player. I don't even know who you could pick. But if you pick someone who's
player, it's got to be Wade. The Wade is the best player he ever played with in his prime.
No, I think prime, we're looking at AD. AD just turned 27. AD is going to start to fucking kill it right
in
now.
LeBron's prime.
No,
sorry.
LeBron's prime,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
But even that's not that good because like he was not taking care of his body. He was not on a vegan diet yet. He was always injured. Wade. He was always hurt.
Oh, right.
Man, he was always hurt. He had a lot of like inflammation issues. Only when like Bron left did he change his diet. He started eating vegan during the season. He cut alcohol. He cut fish. He started doing all the right things. Man, I can't even imagine. If you give me 2013 Bron, pair him up with
8, 9.
06 to 08, 9, 10 Wade, that I'll put that up against MJ Pippen any day. But I can't because it was never actually shown.
Okay, look, with our little fantasy talks and shit like that, I think the greatest thing is the one Shaq posted recently, the all-time Lakers team that had Shaq, Kareem, Kobe, LeBron because he's currently there,
and
Magic. No one would ever touch that team.
Nobody would ever touch that team.
All franchises, like all-time franchises.
There's been no better NBA franchise ever.
Because you already got the greatest on there, Kobe. Then you got the second greatest on there, Shaq.
By the way, the reason a person who's a Laker fan is not all into LeBron is because they are a Kobe fan. And there's always been a Kobe against Bron thing. Just like there was a Kobe against AI thing. That's your thing, bro.
I believe the species is referred to as Kobedishian.
Yes. Kobe.
What? Wait, what?
What?
Yo, man, you gotta tone it down, man. Come back to earth with your terms that you're using on me.
Terms.
By the way,
Game of Zones. It's from Game of Zones.
Oh, okay. So then I can ask Andrew to translate that for me. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
By the way, I gotta call out George, man. I gotta call out George.
Man, how many call-outs are you gonna make?
Because earlier today, I'm trying to get you to join our fantasy league, our prestigious 10-year-long fantasy league. I'm sure one dude.
There you go, right there, man.
Andrew's in it. That's it. Good. Man,
Are you into these things?
Fantasy? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Tell him he fucked himself up.
Why don't you want to do it?
Andrew, your keeper
Jamie.
this year. Andrew.
That's my brother.
Because this guy kept saying Andrew today. He might fucking me. Jimmy!
He's calling out.
Jimmy and Andrew. I don't care. We'll have both of them motherfuckers up in here.
You don't. How come you don't
By
do
the
fantasy?
way, man, because
I'll tell you.
because George is afraid to lose at something that he's new at.
Look, there he goes again. Make
George is-
wrong fucking narrative shit.
Because
Bullshit,
George is
bullshit.
afraid of challenges.
Okay,
Fucking
do you have NBA games on like PlayStation or whatever?
I mean, I used to have the 2K. Yeah, I used to have the 2K shit. And George, I will run you out of your own house if ever we play. In fact, I already beat your ass when you invited me to the pool party 2 years ago.
Okay, so do you ever do like career mode?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay. Then I can see why you don't love like the fantasy leagues.
So here, my main reason is because I know I won't keep track of it. I'll tend to forget because
But you already keep track because you follow NBA so closely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I don't have any intentions on going on the website every day to check my stat lines and seeing. And plus, what am I gonna gain from this? What am I gonna win? Fucking a picnic. Fucking what am I gonna win? Like $20? Like whoa.
$150, bro. $150.
Man, my ass, motherfucker! I make that shit in 30 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Hold on, I gotta grab this charger before my thing dies because we got a whole podcast to run, and we've been out in this bitch for almost 2 hours. So either y'all want to wrap it up, or you guys want to go ahead and negotiate your own little. Fantasy
No, but honestly, Jimmy, if you're down,
I am.
It is a fantasy league, NBA. It's with Yahoo, and it's keeper league, and the keeper that you have is fucking LBJ.
I do fantasy hockey and soccer all the time.
It's actually
No, I'm
LBJ.
down. Yeah, no, let's do it for sure.
Oh, So you were already involved with this, but in soccer, like you were already heavily into hockey as well.
And hockey too. I do it. Just it's fun. Like it doesn't take that much time. It's like I look at it for like 10 minutes a day, and if I have to make any trades or make any changes, I do it. But like it's fun. You pay attention, and it's cool. You can manage your own team. It just tests your ability to use a budget effectively.
So that's another issue. I'm not good at managing these kind of things, like in terms of maintaining this stuff and looking at other people's stat lines, because I don't know if you can check your rivals' shit as well along with yours. But I don't know. It's not my forte. I know you said it only takes a couple minutes of your day, but I feel like if I go into that, I'm just going to sit there and I'm going to focus for like 2 hours. Like, what do I do? What moves do I need to make? Because I'm not that guy that looks at like a guy that might be traded here, that might be traded there, or like I don't know. I just don't focus on it that extensively, like the way he does or the way you do with other sports.
Well, it's like okay, so it's like you pick up team based on players who you think is going to perform, or like let's say like 1 week Lakers got an easy schedule, and for sure like LeBron's gonna score like 40 points a game. You get LeBron, and then like sell him when you know like they got a tough schedule and he probably won't score as many points. And then like, if you like, let's say the Clippers got an easy schedule, trade LeBron for Kawhi, and Kawhi's gonna light it up for that week. So you just gotta pay attention to the schedule. You follow NBA anyways, right? You follow the standings, you follow the stats. You already do that. All you're doing is just making decisions based on circumstances.
But it's gonna be different. So you're gonna do it. Well, inshallah, God willing, you're willing to do this. You'll do this on my behalf, and you'll rep for me. You'll make me proud, and then you'll also tell me how bad he is at this shit, so that you can actually run him out of his own league.
I tell you what, I'll play, and then I'll show you like what it looks like, and I'll show you like what my decisions are like, and then you'll see, and then I know you're gonna get excited, and then you probably will be like, you won't even agree with my decisions because you'll think you can make better decisions. I know you. And then you're going to get motivated and you're going to do it on your own.
So I've already said this before. I'm a very indecisive person. And if you are confirming that you're a better your decision-making skills, I don't actually know what. I'm not going to question it.
Oh, I'm not saying they are. I'm not saying they're better than yours.
No. But I can already confirm when it comes to this, your decision-making is definitely better than mine, because I would just be like, do I do it? I just keep questioning myself. So
no, but if I make decisions and I show you what I do, you'll be like, no, I can do better. Oh, I wouldn't have done this. You'll know. You'll see my examples.
Yeah.
And you'll say, oh, I wouldn't have done this. I would have made this trade, or I wouldn't have made that trade. Like that will motivate you because you know. And then if you screw up, you screw up. It's fun.
Hey man, we screw up all the time, especially when it comes to these kind of things.
Yeah.
Like I've only been to one in my life, and I think it was Yahoo back in the days.
Yeah.
Dial-up days, and I only was there for the draft, and I never came back because it was just slipped my mind for the whole season.
You didn't think about it. Yeah.
I just wasn't thinking about it because I'm like, I'm not that guy that maintains these things. But to each their own, man. Like this guy will chirp you until you finally agree. Okay, George, I give up, man. I tap out. Like I'm gonna be on your side. Like George is the shortest bully I've ever met.
Yes. Bro, that's going to be on my tombstone. Bro, that's going to be on my tombstone. I was the shortest bully.
George's the only guy who has a gun that's taller than him, bro.
I love it.
No, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now about Jimmy. He's gonna have a blast, cause it's all of my dudes. It's me and my dudes back from school in Toronto, and we chirp, we talk shit, but we're all very good at basketball knowledge. Nice. So if you follow your shit right, I'm sure you'll do great.
Listen, no one's gonna chirp me. I fear for his friends.
James pulling up.
What it do, baby? Yeah, yo,
That's how James pulls up to George's homies. So, all right, man. Listen, man, we had a great time here. I feel honored to have you as our guest, honestly, man,
Thank you guys.
because it just flowed too perfectly. Honestly, I wish we could go on for another 2 hours here, but you know, people got to go to sleep. People got bills to pay. People got kids to
Bro,
feed.
we got kids, man.
You know what I'm saying? And like James, you got your own life as well. Any final words? Any shout outs? I know you've already given a few shout outs to the future wifey, to your podcast mate. Please don't be offended. Juan, man, please, man, like, shout out to you, man. I've heard you guys go on, and I enjoyed some of the episodes I've listened to. Please come back, because we don't want you to put your show on the back burner forever like that.
Oh, we won't. We won't. No, you see, when I get back from the honeymoon, okay, we're going to be relaunching. We got some good content. We got some good ideas. But honestly, guys, George, 2Gs, thanks for having me. Honestly, I had a blast. I told my cousin George, like, we're going to have a good time, and I'm really was really stoked about this. And this
Bro, you're always welcome back.
Thanks,
Absolutely,
man. Thanks,
anytime. Man. As soon as things die down, like a little bit with the wedding and all that stuff, for sure, man. It'll be great to have you. And if you ever need two complete idiots like me and George to come on to your pod and talk shit, we're down.
I'd love to. No, we'd love to have you guys on our podcast. Like, we just like look the chemistry was there.
Yeah,
so it's honestly, guys, thanks so much. This was awesome.
It was it was our pleasure, man. It was our pleasure.
All right, well, yo, 2Gs in the pod, episode 30. Is that how we say it? By the way, another fun fact, this guy taught Spanish in Mexico.
Word.
Straight up. In fact,
I taught English in Mexico, and I learned Spanish while I was there.
So again, this is another George-ism. Man, his brain turns off when he speaks sometimes. This motherfucker. Bro, as a native English-speaking guy, he's gonna go to Mexico and teach Mexican and teach Spanish to Mexican people.
oh wow, y'all can do.
Bro, let's finish this shit right
now. Talk smack all you want. At the end of the day,
I'm a fun guy.
Nah, man. All the Georgisms aside,
I'm a fun guy.
All right. And with that being said, man, 2Gs in the pod is a wrap. We'll see y'all next time. All right. Peace.
Ciao, muchachos.